My name is Rafiki Lillian. For the sake of this group, I have many titles. But as you see there, that mantra, "For my future I toil," is something that we used to say all the time when I was in primary school. Every day during assembly, we used to say, "For my future I toil." The nuns that took care of us really believed that we were the main characters of our lives. And so they really put in us to really excel academically. I've always seen myself as an explorer of wellness. When it comes to wellness, I've been a massage therapist, I have done yoga, I have gone to many retreats, I went to medical school, I'm now a hospitalist. But along my way, I did my concentration in community psychology, whereby they emphasize the importance of collective wellness. So as a hospitalist, I've been doing that for almost 3 years. And the main thing I saw there was I used to see these patients. They will come to us with uncontrolled diabetes or uncontrolled high blood pressure. We treat them for 5 days, 6 days. They go, and then they come back. And that doesn't make me feel good, because I'm always wondering, why are they always coming back? And then I came to find out that there are so many wellness gaps that are yet to be filled. There is lack of preventative wellness. A lot of people really don't even know their bodies. I feel like some people treat their bodies like it's a car, right? They really don't know their car. They just take it to the mechanic, but they really, really don't know their bodies. A lot of physical inactivities. A lot of people are in fragmented relationships, toxic relationships. There's limited understanding of what holistic wellness is. Some people feel like the heart functions very differently from the liver, and the liver functions very differently from the kidneys. They lack the concept of holistic wellness. There's also lack of long-term wellness support. We send these patients outside to see their primary care providers. Probably they see their primary care providers who is with them for maybe 20 minutes, right? But because of the way the healthcare system is, they cannot be offered more time than that. So when I was thinking about all these things, I was wondering, how can I be part of the solution? How can I be? And the thought came to me is, why don't we create a platform whereby people can come, maybe once a month, maybe through a podcast, and they can learn about wellness. Why don't we have wellness as a shared responsibility? So Marafiki Wellness Club is based on the philosophy that that wellness is a shared responsibility. However, personal commitment is a catalyst for lasting change. So if any of you has health comorbidity, let's say diabetes, right? When you come here, this is where you are influenced, to kind of look at your life and see the things that you can change. Here, you are amongst a group of friends, Marafiki, that can help, give you that support to the next stages in your life. Marafiki Wellness Club is rooted in connection and community. And you guys are among the few people that are in the starting journey of this club. Thank you so much for coming. It's rooted in connection and community, but we have 5 pillars that we focus on: restorative rest, nutritious foods, exercise, healthy relationships, community contribution. Together, these pillars are the foundation of a balanced and purposeful life. So I'll tell you about my friend Rafiki Peter. So Peter was diagnosed with high blood pressure in 2012. Now, at that time, he's a young man living, the good life, having, partying a lot, not really focusing on his body. And then in 2018, he moved to Austin. And when he moved to Austin, he was isolated. When he was in Indiana, he had a group of people, a group of friends that he could lean on. But now he was in a new town, new job, stress. His relationships was not working. And at that time, he was taking 50 milligrams of cholithardone, which is a high blood pressure medication. And he was also drinking a lot at that time also. And when, he called me one day, he told me what was going on in his life. And I told him, you are so new to Austin. Why don't you look for a group that you can start attending? They do have meetup group, like hiking meetup group. So he joined the hiking meetup group in Austin. And 2 years later, his blood pressure medication, which was like 50 milligram, came all the way down to 5 milligram. Before 2 years ago, he was almost on a statin drug for cholesterol issues. But 2 years later, his cholesterol was, back to normal. And he started noticing that he did not want to drink anymore because he was amongst people that influenced him to live a better life. He really did a lot of changes in 2 years. In retrospect, if he never did that, if he never joined any group, probably right now he'll be on a statin drug, or some more medication for his high blood pressure. So when I was talking to him, he actually agreed for me to share this story with you because this was transformative, in 2 years. Now, this is a message he sent to me February 6, 2025, and he was telling me about his blood pressure. This is normal range, really good. So I'm telling you about Rafiki Peter because I'm his accountability partner. He chose me for that purpose. And this is the reason why I wanted us to have this group, because there's so many people out there who have these issues, but they don't have people, like-minded people to keep them accountable. They want to make these changes, but they don't have that help. So exploring collective wellness is our way. And I will read you our mission. Or maybe I can have you read our mission here for us.
I'm Deanna. Hello. So the mission is to build a thriving community where individuals are empowered to achieve balance, connection, and fulfillment in all aspects of life. Exploring collective wellness is our way, rooted in the power of connection and community, while personal commitment fuels lasting change. We emphasize the importance of critical thinking in a group setting, fostering open dialogue, shared wisdom, and informed decision-making. Through restorative rest, nutritious, nourishing foods, movement, meaningful relationships, and giving back, we provide the tools, support, and resources needed to inspire sustainable well-being for individuals, families, and communities.
It's mouthful. It's really mouthful. But when I was making this mission, I really wanted to be clear. This is the starting phases of it, right? And when you are starting something like this that has the potential of really growing, you really have to be clear from the onset. So that's our mission. And this is our vision. I will have you say it.
We envision a world where communities flourish through interconnectedness and holistic well-being. By creating spaces that encourage balance in mind, body, and spirit, we strive to lead a movement where wellness is both a personal journey and a collective experience. Through our 5 core pillars, restorative rest, nutritious food, exercise, healthy relationships with family, others, and our higher selves, and giving back to the community, we foster an environment where critical thinking, meaningful connections, and intentional living drive the sustainable growth and positive change in the communities we serve.
So when you look around you, there is a lot of space around you. Yeah. And sometimes, like when I'm starting this, you want a lot of people to come, but you being here are the placeholders for these people that are potentially going to be helped. So when you look around, you know that you are carrying a lot of people because you are offering this space for them. So our way, community-centered wellness, fostering connection that inspire holistic growth and shared support. We emphasize on evidence-based health practices, empowering members with science-backed knowledge for balanced living, empowerment through connection, strengthening relationships with ourselves, others, and the community. Okay. In all our meetings, we're going to be having a section called Intellectual Wellness Topic, okay? And today, this is our topic. So I see like you're two of you, probably two of you can also be in a group. I want you to look at these questions. I'm going to give you like 5 minutes to look through them and answer them, and then I'm going to do like a summary of this, okay? Okay, let's start with number 5, number 6, and number 7. Let's see what they say. Juice cleanse, detox your body. Is this debunked or confirmed?
We discussed that one. It's debatable. We all debated it. So it was
I say debunk.
Is it debunked? I'm curious.
I also say debunk.
What about you guys? What do you think? Debunked? So can you elaborate on your answer? Why debunked?
So I feel like the way juice cleanse to detox your body is debunked just because basically we don't need a juice cleanse detox since our liver actually does it on its own. But that's honestly, that's how we feel.
Yeah, that's true. Why?
I feel like because if you consume lots of unhealthy things, sometimes your body can be beneficial to have additional support to cleanse it. And so if you're using natural fruits and vegetables and natural fructose, your body can break it down faster and process it. So I feel like it can be beneficial as well. Yes.
You know, when you are born, most of us, when we are born, everything functions perfectly. There's some children who don't even like, my daughter doesn't even like fruits, you know. Your liver and kidneys do a very good job of detoxing your body, right? And especially these juices, you have to be careful about them because some of them have a lot of sugar, intake as well. Okay, number 6, carbs are bad for metabolic health. Is this debunked or confirmed?
False.
False. Anybody? Agree. Okay. Why do you think this is false?
From personal experience, when I cut carbs, I became depressed. It's a cultural in my culture. Rice is like a cornerstone.
Yeah.
And when I was missing it had an effect. But I think also scientifically, I think they've said that like you need carbs along with the good stuff to help. Like they have to go together for your body to absorb it, right, or something.
So these are some of the statements that you will hear a lot, right? And that's where critical thinking comes in, right? Because there are carbs that are complex carbs, and there's simple carbs that Musanala is going to be telling us in a little bit about, right? So not all carbs are equal, okay? And then number 7, you need to eat 6 small meals a day to speed up metabolism. Is this debunked or confirmed?
We were not sure. I thought one confirmed.
Why will you say confirmed?
I would think, I think the 6 small meals give the body a chance to digest easily as compared to, excuse me, a big meal, like say just lunch and dinner. Small meals work better.
What about you guys? I've not heard from you, Morgan.
A question that I don't know the answer to.
Okay.
I think it depends. I don't know. Everybody's different, but I've heard that this is debunked before, but I don't know.
So it also depends. First of all, this kind of statements, I'm going to go again to this kind of statement, generalized statement like this. You have to always use your critical thinking, right? And it also depends on when are you eating these meals, right? What is within these meals? So we are going to be showing you a lot of statements like that we see in the social media, that are not true, but because they sound really good, everybody goes with them, okay? So we are going to go deeper into that. As I said, these kind of statements, when you hear them, you really have to dig deep and figure out, why are people saying this? Does it, and then you have to look at yourself, right? Is this information good for me or not, right? So I really want us this is very important for us to have this kind of conversations, because these conversations are not, like in your family, people say something like that and you just go with it, because people really don't think about this. And they start diets because they've heard, oh, this diet is good, but they don't look at themselves and see if this, diet is good for them, right? Okay. What is metabolic syndrome? And why is it referred to as a silent epidemic?
Heart, like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diet, like things that can pertain to the heart. And silent killer, because people seem to we put our health last. We don't sleep, we're stressed, so we feel like that's why it's a silent killer. Nobody really discusses it. It's kind of swept under the rug, I feel like. We don't really address it.
You want to say? Ken? Rafiki Ken. Here we are referring people as Rafiki, okay? Rafiki means friend, okay? Rafiki Ken. Why do you think metabolic syndrome is referred to as a silent?
I just feel like I'm okay. I feel like it's just a silent epidemic, just because I feel like that we done got so used to running off our adrenaline rush of it that we really don't put our health first or think about our health. So we just keep going and keep going and keep going, and we don't really worry about our health because we're so focused on worry about other people's.
How many people can tell if they have high blood pressure right now? You can't feel it, right? Until maybe it's like hypertensive emergency and you're coming to us, right? Right? How many people know that their blood sugar is high right now? Right? You don't, right? Karibu. Rafiki nani? What's your name?
Doris.
Rafiki Doris, na Rafiki
Ruth.
and Rafiki
Kevin.
Thank you so much for coming. This is our section we call Intellectual Wellness Topics. This is a time whereby we kind of like dig deep, dig deeper on different topics that we want to talk about on wellness, right? So we are talking about why metabolic syndrome is referred to as a silent epidemic. Who here knows that their cholesterol is up? Who can feel their cholesterol being up? Right? No, you can't. That's why this is called a silent epidemic, right? And it's a syndrome. A syndrome means it's a cluster of things going on, right? And I'll go deeper into that. What is the root cause of metabolic syndrome? Root cause. So like somebody comes to the hospital, they have high blood pressure, high diabetes, hypothyroidism, they're obese, right? Lifestyle, right? Okay. Number 3, name one health claim you used to believe is true until you found out is false. Does anybody? Keto diet? Okay.
Being carb free. Being
carb free. Okay. What health claim did you used to believe is true and now you think it's false? Japata, you have not found time to think about it. Okay.
Important meal of the day. Breakfast. Don't skip breakfast.
Okay. Don't skip breakfast. Some people have told you breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Don't skip breakfast. So all these things, these are some of the things that we'll be talking about when we come here. We cannot evaluate the things that all these statements that we have held true fast, and then later on you're finding, it's not true. Okay. I'm going to summarize this so that we can, take a break and maybe have something to eat. So critical thinking. This is the ability to analyze, evaluate, and apply reasoning to information before forming a judgment. So important in health and wellness. Question misleading health claims, e.g., fad diets, unproven supplements. A lot of us are on different supplements, and we don't even know where they came from. Right? Make informed decision about lifestyle choices based on evidence. Encourage logical reasoning. Skepticism is very, very important. And open-mindedness to optimize personal and public health. So at Marafiki Wellness Club, critical thinking is going to be in everything that we do, right? If I say something, I want you to be like, I really don't know if that is true. Can we do more investigation? Where did you hear that from? It's very, very important. So metabolic syndrome, as I said, it's a cluster of conditions that increases the risk of cardiovascular disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. So diagnosed when an individual has 3 or more of the following risk factors. Abdominal obesity, that is excess fat around the waist. Okay. High blood pressure, that is more than 130 systolic and above 85 diastolic. High blood sugar, when you do a fasting blood glucose and it's more than 100. High triglycerides, more than 150. Low HDL cholesterol. HDL is the good fat, right? It's the one that kind of like, when your HDL is higher, it's really good for you. So for men, it's less than 40, and for women, less than 50. So the metabolic syndrome is strongly linked to insulin resistant, chronic inflammation, and lifestyle factors like poor diet, physical inactivity, and stress. I'm going to elaborate on insulin resistant. So in our last meeting, one of the people that attended was asking what insulin resistant was. So this is a condition where the cells in the muscles, fat, and liver become less responsive to insulin. Okay? As a result, the pancreas produces more insulin to maintain normal blood sugar levels. So our body, the way they function, everything has to be in homeostasis. Like everything has, like all those chemical events that are happening in your body, everything has to be proper. The sodium levels have to be proper, the potassium. So the body will do everything to make sure that everything is in homeostasis. So when your cells, muscles, fats, and liver, they are not taking in the sugar because the insulin is like a pump, right? It pumps the sugar out of the bloodstream, right, into these cells. So when it's not doing that, when these cell receptors are are not responsive to insulin, what happens? Insulin is like, oh, you have a lot of blood sugar in your bloodstream. Oh, what do I need to do? It tells the pancreas, hey, pancreas, produce more insulin, right? As a result, the pancreas produces more insulin to maintain normal blood sugar. Over time, this leads to elevated insulin and blood sugar levels. And this is when people are diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular diseases. Okay? Causes of this is high refined carbohydrates intake, excessive calorie consumption, physical inactivity, chronic stress, and guess what? Poor sleep, right? So the 5 pillars of Marafiki Wellness Club is what? Restorative rest, healthy nutrition, exercise, healthy relationships, and community, coming together as a community. So I can be good when it comes to food, I'm good. But when it comes to sleep, I am not, right? So none of us is perfect, right? And that's why it's very important for us to have accountability partners. You remember Rafiki Peter that I told you about? I am accountable to him when it comes to nutrition, right? And every time when he calls, he's always asking me, are you sleeping well? Because he knows that's my area, right? Because, I have a child, I work a lot, but I have to prioritize sleep. That is mine, okay? And you guys are going to figure out what yours is. Okay. Now, in our last meeting, one of the people was asking, hey, what about fasting? But at that meeting, I told him, hey, let's hold on that because I really don't, because of limited time, I could not really go deeper into that topic. So we have fasting. So fasting is a practice of abstaining from food for a specific time to promote health or for spiritual reasoning. Like, next month is Ramadan, right? So the Muslim normally fast between sun up and sundown, right? So types of fasting, we have intermittent fasting. So this is cycling between periods of eating and fasting. So when you see that number 16-8, 16-8 means you don't eat for 16 hours and then you eat for 8 hours. And this is perfect. I actually do this all the time because it's very easy. So I stop eating at 8 p.m., right? I sleep. And then for me, because I go to work early in the morning, when I'm working, I really don't have time to eat. The next time I eat is, let's say, 11, right? That is what? That is more than 8. It's many hours, right? And then I eat my lunch and my dinner. My lunch come breakfast and my dinner. This works perfectly for me. The 5-2 means, 5 days you eat reduced calories, and maybe the 2 days is your cheat day. You eat more calories. That's what it means. That is 5-2. There's also extended fasting that is lasting more than 24 hours. My husband actually did like 3 days of fasting like this. And then, of course, the Muslims are going to be doing Ramadan next month. This month? Oh, we are in March. Yes, they are actually doing it this month. So what are the health benefits? Okay. That word again, insulin sensitivity. It improves insulin sensitivity and it reduces the risk of diabetes. It triggers something called autophagy. I like that word. Autophagy is the process that removes damaged cells and regenerates new ones. So I kind of think when I'm doing my intermittent fasting that there's somebody in my cells kind of scrubbing my cells clean. That's what I kind of think about it. So that is autophagy. And then it supports weight loss and metabolic flexibility. What is metabolic flexibility? Does anybody know what that is? Have you ever fasted and you felt like you're going to lose your mind? Like everything is screaming, because you're shaking, that is because you lack metabolic flexibility, right? Because everything in your system is like, oh, you are killing me. You are trying to kill me because your body is so used to eating, right? So when you start doing fasting, like for me, because I do that 16-8, sometimes I even forget to eat lunch, because my system is kind of is able to go into ketosis. Ketosis is when, when you fast for a while, your glucose storage are kind of done in, so the body starts using your fat stores. So you go into ketosis. And some people, when that is happening, some people cannot take it, because they lack metabolic flexibility. But when you do more fasting as you get used to it, you actually gain metabolic flexibility. It lowers inflammation and oxidative stress, potential reducing chronic disease risk. We will be talking a lot about what chronic inflammation does in the future and the link between chronic inflammation and chronic disease. We will be speaking about this as we go in other meetings. So, critical thinking. Not everybody should fast, okay? So just because we have talked about fasting here, I really want everybody to see if this is for them, right? For example, if you're pregnant, you should not be fasting. If you have like diabetes, please speak to your primary care providers, right? It's very important for all of us to have, good primary care providers. And when you're fasting, right, drink plenty of filtered water on your fasting days. Avoid high intensity exercise while fasting. You do things like walking, yoga, or other light to moderate intensity activities. Be aware of your movement, because sometimes when you're fasting, some people feel dizzy, so just be aware of your movement. And when you start eating again, think about eating whole, unprocessed, nutrient-rich foods. And then please stop fasting if you start feeling unwell, okay? So yes, these are good things for us, but we have to use critical thinking. Okay? So now, at this point, everybody has a flashcard, right? 1, 2, maybe we can be in groups of 2, right? Groups of 2s. I want you to look at these questions. How do each of the 5 pillars impact metabolic syndrome? The 5 pillars I talked about were exercise, nutrition, restorative rest, healthy relationships, and giving back and coming together as a community. What small realistic changes can we implement? You really have to think for yourself. And then I need you to have a personal challenge. What prevents people from maintaining these habits? So I want you to discuss this amongst you. And then, because you're paired as 2, that can be your accountable partner, Okay. That can be accountable partner. So like if Musandela is my accountable partner because he's going to be good at this, Musandela, I will try my best to be sleeping at 10:30 p.m. Okay. So that is my, that is my personal challenge, because it's very hard for me to sleep at 10:30 because I always find something to do at 10:30, cleaning, dusting, I always find something to do. So, but I know, he will tell me, Mommy, go to sleep. It's 10:30. So he's going to be my accountable partner. Okay. Yeah. So you might not know each other. So if you 2 are accountable partners, right, your word is your bond. Because in the next meeting when you come, right, you will ask each other about that. Okay. So let's take some time. Let's look at that. I don't know what you picked, but whatever you picked, your word is your bond. Okay. And your partner, wherever they are, when they think about you, because actually what we want to do is, I want you to write what you want to be accountable for, right? And then you give it to your partner. So you're going to write it in 2 cards. You're going to write it for you so that every morning when you wake up, you can actually look at it. But I want you to give that also to your partner so that, wherever she is, when she thinks about you, she thinks about this goal and she sees you reaching it. This is powerful, okay? Maybe they're going to put you on their prayer cards or something like that, but that's what we want to do. So Nyakeo and Mackenzie are accountable partners, Ken and Knisha. And then you 2 are going to be accountable partners. And then Ruth and Kevin and Doris and Grace. Okay? So you're... No, you two. Okay. So you write 1 for you to keep so that you can be looking at it, and 1 for your partner. Okay. So you don't even have to exchange numbers, right? I mean, if you want to exchange numbers or social media, handles or something like that, you can. But just knowing that your word is your bond is powerful enough. Your word moves things, right? So after this, you want to talk about the bingo as people eat?
Sure.
Okay.
So we've got some snacks and tea and things over here on the table by the wall. So please get up, walk around, help yourself to some snacks. Keep your ears open. I'm going to talk about the activities we're going to do. So after you guys grab a plate, you guys should have gotten a bingo sheet when you guys walked in. So I think what we're going to do is just walk around and talk about these activities amongst ourselves with each other and talk about whether or not we achieved these things. And you're going to mark them off your card, right?
So the purpose of this game is to kind of like get to know each other so that you guys are not just in like one group there, right? So walk around, talk to different people. And so like here, you look at these activities and you ask the other people, have you done this? If they have done, mark their name down, right? And then if you complete like a whole horizontal diagonal line, I want you to say wellness, okay? Yes, it's like a game. So, stand up, walk around, get some snacks, talk to other people, and then you never know, you might win something. Okay, thank you.
Hello, my name is Musandala Njoki, and I will be talking about simple versus complex sugars. Today, we will start with simple sugars. So basically, simple sugars are sugars you'd find in things like sucrose, table sugar, or candies, or soft drinks, and even fruits. Simple sugars are made of these things made of monosaccharides or in single glucose chains, basically just made of one glucose molecule. And then there are disaccharides, which are another type of simple sugar, which is made of two glucose molecules. So simple sugars are easily to digest, and they are easy to absorb, to break down, making them ideal if you want a quick burst of energy. Like in a marathon, you would not take simple sugars. You would take complex sugars, but we'll talk about that after I talk about the health impacts of simple sugars. Depending on what food you are eating that contains simple sugars, basically, like if you have an over excess consumption of things like candies or things like soft drinks or those things you find in the snack bar, anything you find in the gas station, it's probably not good for you. It can cause things like long-term weight gain, type 2 diabetes, other chronic illnesses. It's like my mom talking in her thing. The reason why these patients are coming back to the hospital is because they're taking too much of these simple sugar. They don't really know about what simple sugars are and how it impacts their body. And then, like we said, we're talking about complex sugars, which are made of polysaccharides, which means multiple glucose chains. You see in this diagram, it contains monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. It consists of multiple sugar molecules, glucose molecules linked together. Complex sugars are like the yin and yang. Simple sugars are like the yang, and simple sugars are the yin, the good one. They are more linked to good health impacts like less chance of chronic illness and sustained energy. Complex sugars will be found in stuff like starch. They're better if you want sustained energy. And like in the marathon, complex sugars, like if you want to take what do you call it? It's like those protein bars you find at Walmart, or those rice, anything whole grain or legumes, and most vegetables, they contain complex sugars. But then there's this thing called refined sugars. They are complex sugars they are complex sugars, but have been turned into things that lack fiber or nutrients, let's say like whole grain rice or whole grain wheat. Naturally, they're probably brown, like brown bread. Those brown bread you buy at the Walmart. Those are more. They have more fiber. They have more starch. And have more fiber. But then you see those in the Walmart. You see those white bread has been rid of all of its beneficial nutrients that helps. That is healthy for you. And then there's like brown rice. It's been removed of the starch. But although when we're cooking, we always remove the starch in our rice to make sure it's not hard and hard to eat. But then there's also yes, okay. Now, for my dietary recommendations, I recommend you simple sugars are made like at once in a while. It depends on what you eat. That's how it's considered simple sugars, but I recommend you eat more of complex sugars, especially if you're trying to do something that uses a lot of physical or mental use. Yes, complex sugars are good, so your brain have more brain power. And then there's and simple sugars are good for quick energy, like you just want quick energy, like you're getting ready for a test, or complex sugars are not available. They have quick energy, but with a side catch of potential health risks that may come with it if you have an overconsumption of them. Now some of those simple sugars are easy to digest, lower health risks, and complex sugars are more bigger, takes longer to digest and break down, and it's probably better for you. So thank you for having me.
So in the future, if you have a young person in your life that, Musandala is probably going to have a club within Marafiki Wellness Club where, young people can be talking about these kind of things, We educate them early. It's, if you saw him, the first presentation he did actually better this time, Every time he's going to improve. And that's what we want in our young children. Okay? So we have our next session that Deanna is going to lead. Thank you.
So we've got a little game that we'd like to play. It's just a would you rather game. So wellness-based would you rather. So everyone's going to get up out of their seats. How are we going to, maybe just right here in the front. So one side and the other side. So I'll ask a question and you guys will move to one side of the room based on what you would rather do. So would you rather cut out sugar completely or never eat fried foods again? So cut out sugar. Stand over here on this side of Rafiki. Stand on this side. Let's see. Will he sit? Sit up. This side, if you would rather cut out sugar for the rest of your life. Get on that side if you would rather cut out fried foods for the rest of your life. I know, it's tough. Would you rather cut out sugar completely or never eat fried foods again? I think I would. What did I say? Sugar this side, fried foods this side. I already mostly cut out fried foods, so I'm going to stand on this side. I can't live without sugar. What's that?
This is fried food.
This
That's sugar.
That's sugar.
I gotta have a little bit of sugar sometimes.
I know.
Birthday
I
cake,
can't. I can't. Sugar's gonna kill me. That's what's gonna take me to my deathbed. And I welcome it. Yeah. No, I'm joking. Okay. So why did you guys decide cut out sugar? Sophia, you tell us why you would cut out sugar. Then you should be on this side. Because if you stand over there, you'll never have cotton candy cake. Okay. Grace, tell us why you chose no sugar. Okay. Okay. You're already working on it. You're like, that's an easy choice. Okay. Morgan, tell us why you are standing on this side. Oh, okay.
So it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So we are gonna be no sugar, right?
No sugar,
Yes.
no fried food over here.
No fried food.
You guys are saying you'd cut out sugar.
Sugar for life.
I'm saying I would never eat fried food again because I can't live without sugar. Did I? Yes, let's reset. We'll go on to number 2. Okay, so maybe I'll try and word it a little differently. The next one.
It's just all the negatives.
Okay, so the statement, would you rather fast for 24 hours once a week or eat only vegetables for 3 days? So if you would rather fast for 24 hours, stand over here. If you would prefer to eat only vegetables instead of fasting, eat over there, stand over there. I'm gonna stand over here. Potatoes are vegetables. Yeah, I'd say so. So I'm standing over here because I would rather fast for 24 hours. But if you would rather eat vegetables for 3 days instead of fasting, stay over there. So, yes. So, Esther, you are standing on the fast for 24 hours side. So why would you not choose the vegetable side?
Because I've been wanting to try to do that autophagy thing.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's good for you.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. That's good. Yeah. Let's see. And we have 2 Graces. Second Grace. Why would you prefer to fast for 24 hours instead? Or no, why would you prefer to eat vegetables for 3 days instead of fast? Oh, okay. Makes sense. Okay, reset. Question number 3.
Let's reset.
Would you rather have unlimited energy on just 5 hours of sleep or sleep 9 hours but always be tired? So rather have unlimited energy on 5 hours of sleep or sleep 9 hours but always be tired? I sleep 5 hours and I'm still tired, but so unlimited energy on only 5 hours of sleep or sleep for 9 hours and always be tired. I don't know. I didn't write the question. Lillian, why did Okay, you must love sleep, Sophia. I love sleep too, but man, being tired would be so. Sleep is the best. What's that? Yes, dream of eating cotton candy cake. Okay, so I don't know if we needed to have a discussion on this one. That one seems pretty straightforward. Okay, next question. Would you rather work out for 15 minutes a day, every day 15 minutes, just a quick, just work out 15 minutes, or just 2 hours once a week?
15 minutes a day.
15 minutes every day or 2 hours once a week?
Which one? Just 15 minutes.
No, that's 15 minutes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm not alone. So why would you guys want to do 15 minutes and not 2 hours once a week? You're raising your hand, Musandela, so you can.
Well, I don't understand why you want to exercise for 2 hours.
Because I don't have time for 15 minutes every day. That's why. Why did you?
If I go to work, I don't have time in the morning because I didn't get enough sleep.
Mhm.
And then when I get off work, I'm too tired to do 15 minutes of working out.
Same.
So it's not going to happen. I know it's not for me.
Same. Okay.
15 minutes is easy because I can squeeze it in while I'm doing other activities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing laundry. I can squeeze in a quick 15 minutes in there.
Yes. That's a good exercise. That's what you could do in 15 minutes. Yes. Okay, we're going to reset. Next question. Oh, that's a tough one. Would you rather give up coffee forever, over here, or never eat bread again? Give up coffee. Oh, if you don't like coffee, go over there. We would never eat bread again.
Yeah, I don't even like bread that much.
This says no. That is you give up coffee forever.
I don't even like bread, so I don't even take care.
Yeah, I don't like bread that much either. But we can
Did
see.
you say coffee or caffeine?
Coffee. So you guys are choosing to give up coffee forever, or never eat bread again. Why would you give up?
Coffee brings me so much joy. That's why. Bread does not bring me that much joy.
Bread brings me joy, but
Like-
coffee brings me more joy.
But I could eat rice. Rice brings me just as much joy as
That's
bread.
true. It's true. Rice. Yeah. That's yeah. Okay. Let's see. Who have I not heard from? Kevin, why did you choose giving up coffee?
I don't know.
I don't like coffee.
I don't understand it. Okay.
But coffee has caffeine that leads to some stomach or disease problems in the body.
That's true. Yes, some people have a sensitivity. Miss Adela, you're raising your hand.
Sometimes brings a lot of acids in the stomach.
Yes. Yeah. It's acidic.
Coffee tastes so bad. I tried drinking decaf.
Your answer doesn't count. Coffee tastes different to grown-ups.
But coffee tastes like I'm eating like bitter fruits, but like with water in hot water.
How about you? Okay. Why did you give up coffee?
Because kids aren't allowed to have coffee.
That's an easy choice. Yeah, that's an easy option. Yeah. Okay. Next one. We've got 2 more questions. Okay. Would you rather do deep breathing exercises for 10 minutes a day or journal every morning? 10 breathing exercises, daily breathing exercises, or journaling every morning? Man, I am the only one who likes to journal. Oh, okay, thank you. And this is perfect. We haven't heard from you, Ken. So why did you choose journaling every day?
I chose journaling every day because it lets me get everything that's in my mind out.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I don't have to take it with me.
Yes, yeah. Good answer. Okay, who have we not heard from? Let's see. Esther, why did you choose breathing exercises every day?
It's good for my brain.
Good for your brain, yeah. Okay. All right. How about anyone else? Yes, why did you choose breathing exercises? Okay, fair. Let's see. Last question. Let's all reset. Oh, you want to answer, Sophia? Oh, okay. I see stretching. I'm going to call on you now. Okay, last question. Would you rather cook all your meals at home or have free healthy meals delivered?
Oh my God, that's so hard. Free healthy meals delivered.
Yeah, free healthy meals, or rather cook your own meals at home. Free healthy meals, or would you rather cook all your meals at home? No, cook all your own meals or have free healthy meals delivered. Ugh, I'm gonna go over here. Man, who have we not heard from? Heard from you guys. Doris, I don't think we heard from you. So why did you choose 3 healthy meals?
Cooking is hard.
It can be hard, yes.
3 healthy meals, sign me up.
You get free healthy meals now. Your mom cooks all your meals, doesn't she?
Well,
He cooks too.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. That's okay. So who have we not? We heard from you. We heard from both Graces. Oh, yes, Ruth. Why did you choose cook your own meals at home?
I think I love cooking
Yeah,
and tasting my own
me
food.
too.
So yeah.
And then I was a little bit tossed up. I was like, free healthy meals, does that mean I never get a bad meal? Because I kind of like bad meals every once in a while. Okay, that was it. Yes, yeah.
So like if I cook my meals, then my portion sizes, I cannot adjust them.
Yes, true. Yeah, you get to pick and choose like how big, whereas someone's making a choice for you if they're free. I mean, it's free, but then it's like, I don't get to choose. Yeah, that's tough. All right, that was the last of those questions. So we can all return to our seats. Thank you, everyone. It was a great participation from everybody. Lots of great answers. Yep, that was.
Okay, thank you so much for participating in that. Okay. So I know you guys came late, right? And we did talk a lot about a lot of things. And I know you talked about autophagy, right? We actually did talk about that. We talked about intermittent fasting, and I can give you one of our handouts, to take. All this is being videotaped, so maybe in the next 1 month I'm going to send you a link so that you can see what we discussed. Okay? We did have personal challenges. Maybe can you give them a flashcards? We did have personal, challenges that we were going to be focusing on. So Marafiki Wellness Club is based on 5 pillars: restorative rest, exercise, healthy foods, healthy relationships, and community. So all of us had accountable partners, right? We wrote our personal challenges. So what we did, do you have to give another one? So my challenge was sleeping at 10:30, because when it comes to restorative rest, I am really bad at sleeping on time. So mine was sleeping at 10:30. So I wrote it on one flashcard and then on another, and the other one I gave it to my accountability partner. So that's what we're going to do. So you write your personal challenge, and Rafiki Esther is going to be accountable partner. So you're going to give one card to her. So wherever she is, whenever she sees that card, whenever she thinks about you, she uplifts you in her imagination and see you fulfilling that challenge. Okay, it's like a prayer. If there are people here who pray. So that's what we're going to do. And then next month when we meet, you're going to meet Rafiki Esther, and you can talk about her personal challenge, right? But now we are going to have a 30-day wellness challenge for all of us, right? It's going to be reduced sugar intake. There are many statements from different organizations, including World Health Organization. But this is the one that I like referring my patients to. It's the American Heart Association. It advises sugar to no more than 6% trusted source of total calories per day. For most women, that means 100 calories per day or 25 grams, about 6 teaspoons. So can you show them what a teaspoon looks like, Diana? Yes, that's a teaspoon, okay? 6 of them. 1 teaspoon is around 4 grams, right? 1 teaspoon is like around 4 grams. Can you look up that honey and see how many grams it is on 1 teaspoon? 17, okay? Right? For that honey, okay? So I'm going to hand out this it's called Understanding Food Labels. You're going to look at that because it's going to be very, very important. Because if they're saying about 6 teaspoons of sugar, right? If 1 teaspoon is 4 grams, that means 16 spoon is around 24 grams, right? So if you really follow this, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I have eaten all my sugar for the day. I should not eat anymore. Okay. And then, okay, we can hand this. I'm also going to hand out this. It's called natural sweeteners. Okay. And on the side, you're going to see the American Heart Association advice, which is 6 teaspoons for women and kids and 9 teaspoons for men. Okay. In this, it's going to talk about natural caloric sweeteners. Okay. There are two sweeteners that you can have that does not raise your glycemic index. And we have them here. Can you please rate the stevia and the monk fruit? In the basket. So stevia and monk fruit, these are natural sweeteners. Yes. Yeah. They do not raise your blood sugar. But I saw some people, adding honey. Honey is good, of course, but it does raise your glycemic index. Okay. So that's the difference. So you're going to have this handout. Mackenzie, please give everybody this. Oh, they have them? Yes. So I want you to look at that. So the reason why we are here is to fill in those wellness gaps that we have. And all of us have wellness gaps, okay? And when we meet next time, I want you to come with a friend, another friend, and come with children too, teenagers. I want them to be really privy to this kind of information because they are our future leaders, right? And then I am going to give this handout to Esther. I don't know if we have another handout for intermittent fasting. I think we should have one. We can give Esther, or if we have plenty, we can give other people. So our challenge is reduce your sugar intake. And if you have issues with weight, you're going to see your weight just coming off. Because most of us drink our calories. We don't even eat our calories. Okay, so this is our agenda for this year. We are introducing ourselves to the community. And I like the library. And, my son and I spend a lot of time in the libraries. They give us a wonderful setting, which is affordable. And, we can meet, every month. Our next meeting is going to be April 12th, okay? And I will send you the information. We might not be in this library, we might be in another library, but I will give you that information. So our goal this year is to introduce ourselves to the community. Probably around May, we're going to have like a wellness walk, whereby we can meet somewhere and we can take a walk together, And then I am looking to collaborate with maybe like a volunteering group whereby we can do like volunteering activities. And then at the end of the year, we're going to have a community party. So this year, we're just introducing ourselves to the community. We have to be on time. So just let's be, because, we only have like 2 hours, when we meet, and there's a lot of information that we need to impact, and a lot of games and a lot of, so if you can, please be on time. Okay, and this is how you can engage with us. Samantha will be helping me. I didn't even know what my Instagram handle was. So she's the one who's going to be helping with this. Do you have something to say? Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for having me. Thanks for coming. I'm very excited to be a part of this group and to meet all of you and hopefully attend all of the events we have for 2025 all the way up through the decade. So something really important about the inside marketing is the follows and the shares. Right now, we're kind of starting at the bottom floor, and I'd really like to work our way up. And that starts with all of you. And so if all of you could go follow the Marafiki Wellness Club on Instagram and Facebook, I'm making posts throughout the entire event. I have posts scheduled. If you can like and share, maybe even a comment so I can tag you, tell your friends, it would really help a ton to gain exposure for these events. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. This, takes a team. And then I do have my friends, Joe, who are going to be helping us with our podcast. So if you want to be involved in our podcast, probably we should maybe have a list of people who want to be involved in our podcast. So this is how it goes. If you have questions, write them down, and then I will choose one day in a month whereby I will send everybody a link. They can call in, and by that time I will have another doctor with me. We will be talking on different topics. Like last time we had a podcast with Dr. Fonkem, and the topic was on metabolic syndrome and intermittent fasting. Okay. I'm thinking our next topic is going to be on elimination diet and meditation. A lot of these diseases, chronic diseases, are based on chronic inflammation. And a lot of us don't even know that we have triggers. We have foods that we eat that trigger us, but we are not so keen because a lot of us are not in their bodies. We are here, we are not even in our bodies. Some people are here, but they are in Tanzania, or right now they are washing their clothes, right? They're not here. So we are going to learn the importance of being present. Because when you're present, you can actually know your body. You can know, my goodness, when I eat this particular food, I feel this way, right? That is being in your body. So these are some of the things that we're going to be learning as we move on. Okay. Thank you so much. Asante sana. Thank you so much for attending this.